To say that the next two games for the Swift Current 57's are big is an understatement if they want to hang another pennant at Mitchell Field. Hello from Curry Field in Regina. Ryan Schweitzer happily bringing you the action between the Swift Current 57's and the Regina Red Sox. The 57's coming into this one a game ahead of the Red Sox in the WNBL East, 29-15. The Red Sox 28-16, but they will play a doubleheader here in Regina, with big implications as we get into the twilight days of the 2017 regular season. The Swift Current 57's, Regina Red Sox, and Weyburn Beavers all jockeying for first, second, and third in the WNBL East. The Moose Jaw Miller Express at 22-23. Their fate is decided. They can't go up or down. They will play the first place team in the first round of the WNBL playoffs in the Eastern semifinals. But will it be Swift Current, Regina, or Weyburn? The Weyburn Beavers, I don't want to say that they're going to have it easy, but they have two of the remaining three games against the Yorkton Cardinals, who have lost their last 9. Swift Current and Regina will play each other 3 times to end the 2017 WNBL season. Austin Allard getting the start on the mound for the Regina Red Sox as he throws his warm-up pitches. Allard from Cheyenne, Wyoming, eastern Arizona. He's a freshman, 6'1", 235. The Red Sox deploying a lefty to face the Swift Current 57's. Allard on the year, 7 appearances, all of them starts, 42 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 47 hits, 27 runs, 24 of them earned. He struck out 41 in 42 1/3 innings while walking 17. 3-2 on the year with a 5.10 earned run average. So first time the Swift Current 57's have seen the lefty Austin Allard on the bump for the Regina Red Sox. Matt Bondarchuk will lead off for the Swift Current 57's. Bondarchuk has been on a tear as of late for the 57's. As we see, top of the Swift Current 57's batting order, getting ready to go here in this game with big implications. Bondarchuk set to lead off, hitting .300, and now has 31 stolen bases on the year. Riley Campbell with 33, 57's far and away leading the league in stolen bases. They're a team built on a foundation of speed. So Austin Allard getting set to work here against Thomas de Bonville, who's leading off actually for the 57's. So Thomas de Bonville, this will be game number 7 on the regular season for him, hitting .318 on the year. So de Bonville facing Austin Allard. We're going to do a doubleheader here, 2 7-inning games. At the conclusion of this game, refresh the 57's website after a bit, and we'll have the second game of the doubleheader ready to go. First pitch is just a little bit up to Thomas de Bonville. Allard hits the outside part of the plate against Thomas de Bonville, and 1-1 the count here. Top of the first inning. Allard, the big lefty, gets the signals from the catcher, pitches up. 2-1 pitch to Thomas de Bonville. Getting set to be on court momentarily here. De Bonville, ground ball and an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. And a nice play to Aiden Campbell at first base. De Bonville grounds out to 5. 1 down, and now the aforementioned Matt Bondarchuk comes to the plate. So we talked about Bondarchuk, who's been on a tear as of late, up to 31 stolen bases on the year. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Breaking ball from Allard. Radar gun clocking that one at 69 miles an hour, and it's a 1-0 count. Allard brings the heat, clocked at 85 miles an hour, coming from the left side, so mid-80s lefty getting the start for the Regina Red Sox here. 2-0 pitch. Brings the heat to Bondarchuk, and the count is 2-1 after a breaking ball and a fastball missed the strike zone. Blake Adams, who just set the 57's team record for RBIs, is on deck. 3-1 now, the count to Bondarchuk.
Bondarchuk ahead in the count on Austin Allred. Allred looking for his 4th win of the season.
Allred 3-2 record coming into this one. 3-1 pitch to Bondarchuk. Fastball paints the outside corner, lefty on lefty, and it's a full count.
Not surprisingly, still
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here, top of the first inning. First of 2 sevens here. Bondarchuk reaching low and away as the fastball's blown past him. And there's 2 down here as Bondarchuk goes down swinging.
Blake Adams has caught up to
Blake Adams, one of the hotter hitters in the WNBL, coming into this one, hitting .351. Last night he broke the Swift Current 57's team record for RBIs with 47 and 48 on the year. So the native of Longview, Texas, has certainly made a name for himself. He comes into this game hitting .351. Curveball from Allred, and the count is 0-1 to Blake Adams in this lefty on righty matchup here. Blake Adams now with the league lead in RBIs as well, tied with Regina's Broderick Rodocker. Hard hit ground ball, takes a funny hop on Phil Langlois. And Blake Adams gets a piece of that changeup and sends it into left field, and the 57's have a man on here with 2 away. So Bodie Cooper to take a turn now, coming into this game, hitting .313, 7 dingers and 26 RBIs. Last year's WNBL Rookie of the Year has had himself a solid sophomore season for the Swift Current 57's. Adams takes his lead. The lefty looks at him. Bodie drills a ball into the backstop. Count is 0-1. Can see in the top right corner that ball actually got stuck in the screen, prompting some laughter from the locals here in Regina as Bodie drills that one into the screen. I'm sure something will dislodge it sooner or later here. Count 0-1 with 2 down here, and Blake Adams on at first base. Great 12-6 movement on that curveball from Allred. So 0-2 to Bodie with 2 away here. Allred going right after him. Blake Adams on at first base. Pitch is in the dirt. Bodie elects not to chase. Good block by Corey Henderson behind the plate. And Henderson putting the body in front of that, not allowing the athletically inclined Blake Adams to get to second base here. 1-2 the count to the native of Chubbuck, Idaho, Bodie Cooper. 2 down here, top of the first. Swing and a miss, and Austin Allred's going to get his second strikeout of the inning and send Bodie Cooper back to the dugout. So 1 is stranded. Matt Mahalski will get the start when we return with the bottom of the first inning. We are live in Regina with Swift Current 57's baseball.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Matt Michalski gets the start. Junior Fermin leading off for the Regina Red Sox, facing Matt Michalski. Big right-handed pitcher out of Texas. Michalski, 8 appearances on the year, 51 innings of work. He's allowed 40 hits, only 17 earned runs. He has struck out 39 and walked 13 on the season. Michalski's 3-3 with an ERA of 3. Junior Fermin, the first task for Michalski. First pitch, just catches the southern part of the strike zone. And count is 0-1. Michalski going right back after Fermin with the fastball.
Coming into this game at 29-15, the Red Sox a game back at 28-16. The Weyburn Beavers a half game behind them at 28-17.
Michalski changes things up, and 2-1 the count.
As he faces the pitcher, Matt Michalski, and that one's
It's fouled off by Fermin. 2-2 the count after the Matt Michalski fastball. Junior Fermin leading off for the Regina Red
He
Sox.
took over as a leadoff man. He was batting 6th all year long. And then the Red Sox pull out at
Fermin, Slate, and Jordan Schultz due up for the home team here in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless tie. Junior Fermin hitting .313 coming into this one. No home runs, 21's batted in. 17 for 22 stealing bases is Fermin. 2-2 pitch from Michalski. Fastball up and out, and it's a full count to Fermin.
winning last night. Blowout win over the Weyburn Beavers.
Michalski through the stretch. Fouled off. That's hit to right field. Could be trouble. Nope. Nick Conyas is where he needs to be to make the catch, and Fermin is going to fly out to 9. Matt Michalski pitching to John Baeta, Bodie Cooper at first, Keel Crumweed at second, Brett Esau playing short, Riley Campbell will be at third base, Blake Adams in left, Matt Bondarchuk in center, Nick Conyas, who made that catch moments ago, patrolling right field, Derek Slate steps into the batter's box now, hitting .286 on the year. First pitch from Michalski. Breaking ball outside, and 0-1. Righty on lefty. Michalski painting the outside corner on him with an off-speed pitch. Michalski brings the heat, and that's fouled into the backstop for an 0-2 count.
Bodie Cooper is at first base, and Keel Crumweed is at second base. The shortstop is Brett Esau, and over at
So an 0-2 count. First 2 pitches of this exchange. 1 down here as Matt Michalski winds and fires. Change up outside. It's 1-2.
30 stolen bags on the year. And as Leo McDonald says, Aiden's more of a Clydesdale.
So a 1-2 count with 1 down. 14 innings at least as Slate drills one into right field. Nick Conyas dives. Doesn't quite squeeze that ball. And Slate will be limited to just 1 base as Conyas was able to corral that ball after not being able to squeeze it and hurried it in before extra bases could be achieved by Slate. So Strasburg, Saskatchewan's Jordan Schultz will come to the plate with 1 on and 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless tie thus far between the 2 top teams in the WNBL East, the Swift Current 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Red Sox a game back of the 57's. They have both played 44 this year. They will play each other twice tonight with this doubleheader and then back in action tomorrow in Swift. Fly ball into left field, and Blake Adams makes the catch. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Aiden Campbell, brother of 57's third baseman Riley Campbell, comes to the plate. I would love the opportunity to see these two hitting one after another in the lineup. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, not in the Wimble. The Campbell brothers can best be described as a Sherman tank and an F-15. You got power from brother Aiden at the plate right now, and the base-stealing acumen of Riley Campbell has been lauded all year. So Aiden Campbell coming into this game hitting 362. First pitch is a fastball up and out. Campbell 8 home runs to go with 47's RBIs, 362 batting average. Slate on at first. Off-speed pitch from Matt Mahalski. Campbell out in front of it, and the count is 1-1.
So I mentioned it's 31 Celsius here.
So 2 away here, bottom of the first inning. Derek Slate on at first base. Aiden Campbell at the plate, league RBI leader. Broderick Rodocker on deck. Fastball from Matt Mahalski. I don't know where that one missed, but the count, well, it's a called strike actually, 1-2. So Matt Mahalski, 14 pitches thus far in the first inning to get 2 out. 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch. Pitch up by Ada. Looks like he was going to throw to first. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here.
Tonight, but hard to imagine the happenings anywhere else matter nearly as much as they do here.
Mahalski delivers a 2-2, just misses outside. Fastball from Mahalski, just a bit out. And it's a full count now. Mahalski not missing by much. That's a good take by Aiden Campbell.
Sorry, 2 out of 7 games around the Womble tonight. The only other game that I think people are really going to be interested in.
Count is full. Runner on at first. 3-2 pitch. 2 down. Ground ball. Campbell to Campbell. And Riley takes care of Aiden as Riley engineers that 5-3. 1 is stranded. No one scores. 1 inning in the books. Scoreless in Regina between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Austin Allered prepares for his second inning of work against the Swift Current 57's. Brett Esau, John Baeta, Riley Campbell due up for the 57's here. Top of 2, first of 2 7-inning games here. Scoreless in Regina. Main event in the WNBL tonight. All eyes on this first place showdown between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Looking around the league, the Weyburn Beavers, who are also in a conversation when it comes to first in the WNBL in Yorkton, taking on the Cardinals. Beavers are hot, the Cardinals aren't. Yorkton has lost their their last 9 straight, including 2 to the 57's. Change up to Eson, the count is 1-1 here. Austin Allered, fastball curve change. We saw that in the first inning against the 57's. 1-1, the count to Esau, who's been on a tear as of late for Swift. Fastball, Esau gets a piece of it, hits that to left, hit back, way back, not coming back. Esau hammers that one.
So Roddicker watches it go over the left field wall, and it's 1-0 Swift Current on that.
And Brett Esau, a no-doubter off the bat, had belts his 11th dinger of the year. And the native of Meadow Lake, 11 bombs for number 11. Esau seeing a fastball that was left up, and he belted that one over the left field wall, and it's 1-0 Swift.
Somewhere in that range. Therefore, the third. And the Red Sox trailing the 57's.
There's a shot by John Baeta. Hit to the shortstop, Junior Fermin. And he executes a nice 6-3 to take care of Baeta. Riley Campbell will take the long, slow walk to the plate, as he is wont to do. 57 stats. Riley Campbell coming off a Player of the Week appearance. First pitch, just a bit up for ball one. 1-0 count. Campbell 316 on the year, a home run. But it's those 33 stolen bases that really jump out on the stat sheet for Campbell. Look at that, the beer batter goes out on a Friday night in Regina, and business is booming. Fastball to Campbell, 3-0 count, as that one just misses outside. Regina people are thirsty. 3-0 count to Campbell. He'll likely take. Fastball right down the middle. And an 82-mile-an-hour strike to the native of Wadsworth, Ohio. 3-1 the count now with one down here. And the 57's now up 1-0 after a home run by Brett Esau, his 11th dinger of the year. Fastball that catches the southern portion of the strike zone, and it's a full count now to Riley Campbell. Swing and a miss, and Austin Allred battles back after throwing 3 straight balls to Riley Campbell. Keel Crumweed will make his way to the plate now, the native of Glasgow, Montana. Crumweed hit below the Mendoza line through much of June, but has really turned things around in July, hitting .275.
No control problems for Austin early. And save for the home run. He's off to a nice start. That one works the other way.
Curveball, and it's an 0-2 count. 2 down here. Hottest players for the Swift Current 57's over the last week as Crumweed hits a fly ball. That's deep into the outfield. And Broderick Rodocker makes the catch, and that'll do it for Keel Crumweed. Blake Adams, Bodie Cooper, and Thomas de Bonneville all hitting .400 in the last 7 days for the Swift Current 57's. So there's some pop in the bats of the lineup, and Brett Esau electrifying the 57's dugout, bringing them to their feet. His 11th dinger of the year has the 57's up 1-0 as we head to the bottom of 2. Swift Current 57's baseball brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball. Ryan Schweitzer happily bringing you the action between the Swift Current 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Two top teams in the WNBL East, at least for today, with the Weyburn Beavers nipping on everyone's heels. Beavers 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're in Yorkton tonight, taking on the Cardinals, who have lost their last 9. As Broderick Rodacher hits one down the left field line. Chasing that down is Blake Adams, but this is going to be extra bases for Broderick Rodacher. Earlier this week, in a 7-2 loss, Broderick Rodacher, a tough game against the Swift Current 57's when he was visibly showing his frustrations late in the game. He helps out his personal cause there by getting himself on base. Broderick Rodacher actually coming into this game, his last 7-day stats, only a 154 batting average. So he's looking to turn things around, Rodacher is, getting himself on with a double. Yeah, only 154 in the last 7 days. Griffin Keller with a shot in. Oh, just past the glove of Keel Crumweed. Seeing eye single from Griffin Keller, who's practically a local player here in Regina, a native of Pilot Butte, which is just outside of Regina city limits. We'll bring Phil Langlois to the plate, who's hitting .281 on the year. Langlois, 17 RBI. Nobody out and runners on the corners. So Matt Michalski and the 57's will look to Houdini their way out of trouble here against a team that can really hit the baseball well in the Regina Red Sox. .302 batting average as a team for the Red Sox coming into tonight's festivities against the Swift Current 57's. First pitch from Michalski is a strike. Michalski going with that fastball, pounding the zone. Count is 0-1. So Langlois, out of Quebec, will look to frappe les baseball. Off-speed pitch from Michalski. Langlois takes on the inside pitch, and it's a 1-1 count. Barbecue smoke blows across the field here as the 57's lead at 1-0, but the Regina Red Sox knocking on the door here. Home run by Brett Esau in the second. Langlois, ground ball. Bodie Cooper will get the out at second. They're going to try and turn 2 here, but they don't, and a run's going to come in to score for the Red Sox as Broderick Rodacher scores from third base. Langlois reaches on a fielder's choice. 57's get 1 out, and we're tied at 1. Corey Henderson goes through his pre-at-bat routine of writing something in the dirt. Trying to see what Henderson wrote there. Yeah, can't make it out. Have to ask him. 0-1 the count as Michalski paints the strike zone on the first pitch of this exchange with the catcher Henderson. Runner on at first. Breaking ball that gets away from John Baeta, and advancing to second is Phil Langlois. Henderson, 235 coming into this one. Count 1-1. A one hopper away from Baeta on a breaking pitch.
Elmer's having a chat with Baeta. They give him a little bit of rest. Crouch down for his mascot. God, that would be awful. You know, I hear Don Cherry whining and complain that being a goaltender is the toughest job in sports. Try doing it in this kind of heat.
Count 1-2 to Henderson. Red Sox catcher out of Chico, California, Arkansas Pine Bluff, where he's a junior, where he played his school ball. Michalski ahead of him 1-2 as a cool breeze mercifully blows across Curry Field here in Regina. High heat. And Michalski, 87 miles an hour on that fastball, sends Henderson back to the dugout, 2 away. Potential go-ahead run for the Red Sox, still perched at second base, as Nolan Ard makes his way to the plate. 235 average on the year for Ard, the middle infielder for the Red Sox. Ard from Carthage, Illinois, 5'10", 165. So Matt Mahalski looking for his 4th win of the year. It's a tie game now. Breaking ball and strike one as that one drops into the strike zone. Good movement on that offering from Mahalski. Curving inside to out in this righty-on-righty matchup. The big righty from Mansfield, Texas. 0-1 pitch, off-speed pitch, 1-1 the count. As that one dropped just a bit off the plate. Next home game for the 57's is going to be tomorrow night as they take on these same Regina Red Sox. Then they wind down the regular season Sunday night at 7:05 in Moose Jaw. We'll have that webcast for you, as we will for all 14 innings of doubleheader action here tonight. High heat, and Ard chases after the seductive high fastball. Count is 1-2. Something about that fastball from Mahalski about letter height. Looking good to the Red Sox hitters thus far as he's been able to throw it for strikes here.
A little more finality to it and a little more meaning into it. It's kind of like a football season where they only play 18 games.
Mahalski about to uncork pitch number 30 here in the bottom of the second. It's a fastball up and in to Ard, and that evens things out at 2.
Gives you less and less margin for error.
Mahalski's got some zip on that fastball tonight, mid to upper 80s.
Would end up in first place. A full game up.
2-2 pitch.
And put a
2 away.
between themselves and the Weyburn Beavers.
Goes off speed.
Pitch misses. The count is now
And 3-2.
with 2 down. Man on second in the form of
So Mahalski going the distance with Nolan Ard.
go ahead run at this
Top of the order and Junior Fermin on deck for the Red Sox. 3-2 pitch with 2 away. John Baeta and Matt Mahalski take an extra minute to decide what they're going to do. And fastball catches the outside corner of the plate. Several hundred umpires in the stands disagree with Elmer Jerkovitz's full count assessment. Red Sox strand one, but they score one. It's 1-1. Top of 3 coming up. 57's baseball.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale, selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Getting ready for the top of the 3rd inning here in Regina. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the balls and strikes between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Game number 1 of 2 from Curry Field. A couple of 7-inning outings here. This is making up for a late June rainout. Conyas, de Bonville, Bodnerchuk. 9-1-2 due up for Swift here. 275 for Nick Conyas coming into this game.
Back in Regina for the top of the 3rd inning as the Red Sox try to pull even with the Swift Current 57's.
These 2 doubleheader games are huge in the standings as we get late in the season. Fly ball from Conyas. That's it to center field. Jordan Schultz makes that catch deep in the heart of Strasburg. And 1 down. Top of the order now for the 57's. Thomas de Bonville will make his way to the plate for the 2nd time in this contest.
first inning.
DeBonville 304 on the year.
But you think about the well-run organizations in this league. You know,
Thomas brought in at the WNBL roster deadline, July 15th.
you may have some bias ties.
Corey Henderson signals top of the order to his infield.
The Swift Current 57's among the
So one away here, Austin Allerid winds and fires to DeBonville. Fastball, catching the outside part of the plate. Righty hitter against a lefty pitcher.
station in Swift Current, and the great John Keane was still working there, and was doing the broadcast
Allerid.
on the radio, and you could tell
Ground ball from DeBonville as he was out in front of that changeup. And nothing in two.
they're the defending league champs and just a very well-run organization. There are a few other teams that you throw into that category, probably definitely.
Austin Allerid pitching to Corey Henderson. Aiden Campbell at first. Nolan Ard at second. Junior Fermin at short. Phil Langlois playing third base. Broderick Rodacher in left. Jordan Schultz in center. Griffin Keller patrolling right field for the Regina Red Sox. 0-2, the count to DeBonville. Allerid tries to paint that outside corner with the fastball and just misses by a bit. 1-2, the count.
Well, I don't know if you'd throw Edmonton in there or not. But basically, those are kind of the cream of the crop in terms of organizations that appear.
57's and the Regina Red Sox won their share of championships over the past decade in the WNBL. Breaking ball, DeBonville swings and misses, drop third strike, and Thomas thrown out at first.
To get out number 2 in the form of Tom DeBonville.
Regina Red Sox, WNBL champions in 11 and 12, 57's. Winning it in 2006, 2010, and last year's league champions in 2016. I shouldn't say the 57's won those championships. Inaugural season is the green and orange. But two storied Saskatchewan WNBL franchises going head-to-head here in a first-place showdown. Matt Bondarchuk struck out his last time up, now hitting .298 on the year. Curveball, 70 miles an hour from Austin Allerid. Count is 0-1.
Strike 1 to Allered, or to Bondarchuk, pardon me.
That curveball coming from Allerid, more movement than a big couple dancing to a fast song, and he's been able to throw it for strikes. Just misses a little south of the strike zone with the heater, and it's 1-1 to Bondarchuk, the native of Edmonton, his first season in the WNBL. 1-1 pitch with 2 away, goes to the fastball, ground ball hit to Aiden Campbell at first, and he'll get the unassisted out. Quick inning of work for Austin Allerid. 3 innings and 37 pitches for Allerid. The score is 1-1. Brett Esau has a dinger in this one for the 57's. Bottom of 3 coming up. This webcast brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor. Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. We're in the bottom of the third inning in a 1-1 ball game. Swift Current 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Matt Michalski, fastball up and in. It's a 2-0 count here, working against Junior Fermin in the top of the order for the Red Sox. Michalski 34 pitches thus far.
0 for 1. Again, still
2 pitches into the bottom of the third. Either pitcher has had to throw a ton in this one as Michalski, fastball outside. 3-0 count. Fermin will likely take on this next offering from the native of Mansfield, Texas. Fermin takes ball 4, a fastball just above belt level. First walk of the game issued by Michalski. Matt struck out 2 in this one thus far. Derek Slate singled last time he was up, drilling one to right field. So Derek Slate, the native of Merced, California. His second time facing Matt Michalski in this one. Fouls the first pitch off. It's a fastball off the barrel of the bat. And nothing in one as Michalski gets a somewhat long strike out of the deal. Slate 286 coming into this game. 16 runs batted in. Junior Fermin's going to try and steal a base, and he successfully swipes second. Fermin's 18th bag of the year. He's 18 for 23 stealing bases. So Fermin puts himself into scoring position, altering the complexion of this at-bat a little bit with Derek Slate. Slate steps out of the batter's box and ponders whether to spin, solve, or buy a vowel with the count 1-1 and a runner on in scoring position. 1-1. Ground ball. Keel Crumweed looks the runner at second. Fermin with a good jump on that. He advances to third. 1 down. Fermin that much closer to home plate after Slate grounded out via the 4-3. Jordan Schultz now, 312 coming into this evening's festivities. 4 bombs, 42 RBI. Regina Red Sox built on a foundation of offense this season. Team ERA of 4.03 for Regina coming to this one. Batting average of 3.02. 57's lowest team ERA in the league, 3.23. And Swift 300 batting average coming into this one. So Jordan Schultz, offensive-minded player out of Strasbourg, who also plays a mean outfield. Breaking ball from Michalski, 72 miles an hour, and it's a 2-0 count to Schultz. Runner on at third is Fermin. There's 1 away, so the Red Sox with options here. Schultz hungry like a butcher's dog to get RBI number 43 on his campaign. Bodie Cooper and Riley Campbell playing in on the corners. Off speed from Michalski, and it's 3-0. Schultz, righty pitcher versus lefty hitter matchup. Michalski goes to the heat, and the predictable 3-0 fastball for strike 1 with 1 away here. Schultz will be looking for something he can drive here ahead in the count. Aiden Campbell on deck, who's also a big RBI generator. Off-speed pitch inside for ball 4. They got all sorts of ways of firing up the fans here in Regina. Giant heads of some Red Sox players. Popular item here. Aiden Campbell, 360 batting average. Aiden Campbell was honorable mention for WNBL Player of the week that his brother won it. So 2 weeks ago, a heck of a week for the brothers Campbell. Slider from Michalski. Just misses, as that wasn't quite able to bend across the strike zone, and it's a 1-0 count here. Matt Michalski so far struck out 2 and walked 2. Bottom of the third inning in a 7-inning contest. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Fastball from Michalski just misses, and
That strike zone for Matt looks about as big as a postage stamp right about now. John Baeta is going to make his way out and discuss things with Mahalski here with a 2-0 count and runners on at first and third. 1-1 the score. Red Sox knocking on the door. Runners on the corners and big beefy part of their batting order. League RBI leader Broderick Rodacher is on deck, albeit Rodacher hitting sub-Mendoza line over the past week.
One another in Moose Jaw. They went 5-3 against the Miller Express. They went 3 and if they finish in second, they're probably going
2-0 count.
They went 3-5 against Weyburn this season.
There's that breaking ball from Mahalski. Campbell out in front of it, as with the count 2-0, sitting on fastball.
They've lost 2 out of 3 of the 57's on a really
So
lopsided
2-1 the count.
games coming at the end of the schedule.
This is the third time that these teams have faced each other. 57's with 14-10 and 7-2 wins as the fastball is blown by Campbell, and 2-2 the count. John Baeta and Matt Mahalski having a conversation moments ago, and Mahalski coming back with a couple of swinging strikes against Aiden Campbell. Campbell chokes up and awaits the 2-2 pitch with runners on the corners and one down here in the bottom of the third inning in this 1-1 ball game between Swift Current and Regina. Fastball up, 2-2. Loads the count with Broderick Rodacher on deck. Rodacher moving down to 6th in the batting order over the past few games. Or 5th, pardon me. Full count. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, runner in motion. Runner's going to advance to second anyways. It was a free steal opportunity for Jordan Schultz as it was ball 4. So it loads the bases for Broderick Rodacher. Rodacher 1 for 1 in this game with a run scored. Sitting 346 on the year, and that's going to bring Joe Carnahan out of the dugout to have a chat with Mahalski here. Joe Carnahan, quick chat with Matt Mahalski. Joe Carnahan, from 2000 to 2007, he was a key part of the Swift Current 57's lineup as a player. 2008 was his first year coaching the 57, so this is season number 10 of Joe Carnahan at the helm. 2 championships for the guy who is known as Smokin' Joe as a player, as Matt Mahalski goes after Broderick Rodacher. Fastball for strike 1. 1 down here, bases loaded. Bottom of the third inning, 57's trying to get themselves out of a jam here.
And has a chance to get a whole bunch here.
Griffin Keller is on deck. Changeup just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down.
Broderick's going to watch for his pitch here. And the challenge is probably just to lay off something. That looks close. But to have a patient at bat when the sacks are full. Just 1 down. And you want anything.
Mahalski's allowed 3 hits and walked 3. Rodacher, fly ball, hit to shallow center field. Matt Bondarchuk can't find it. There, he tracks it down, makes the catch. Runner ties up. Play at the plate could be close, and sliding in under the tag is the Regina Red Sox runner, Junior Fermin, and a sac fly RBI for Broderick Rodacher. And the Regina Red Sox take their first lead of this first of 2 here.
And it's 2-1 Red Sox.
2-1 Red Sox. Sac fly RBI by Broderick Rodacher. His first RBI of the week, 49th of the year. And 1-1 the score. 2 down now, runners on at second and third. Griffin Keller from the big city of Pilot Butte makes his way to the plate, hitting .324. He's 1 for 1 in this contest, singling the last time he was up.
So Keller got on base with the single last time.
Mahalski looks the runner at second. Ground ball. Keel Crumwee. That one hops into his mitt. 3rd out. Red Sox are going to strand a couple, but they score 1. Top of 4 coming up. 2-1 lead for the Regina Red Sox. Back with more Swift Current 57's baseball right after these.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
Live in Regina, Friday Night Lights. Swift Current 57's and the Regina Red Sox. 2-1 lead for the hometown Red Sox. Broderick Rodocker, sac fly RBI to score Junior Fermin. Fermin doing what a good leadoff hitter does, getting himself on base. Swiping second, advancing to third, and then a sac fly RBI to cash him in. So Blake Adams makes his way to the plate. 349 batting average coming into this at bat. 71 mile an hour breaking ball to Adams. 1-0 count.
Run batted in on the year. And it is baseball. I'm allowed to talk about the stats.
Adams, 10 dingers on the year. Fastball in, that fastball clocking at 82 miles an hour from Austin Allerid, the lefty. He's hit 85 with it tonight. 2-0 count on a sweltering day in Saskatchewan. Shot by Adams as he pounds that one into right field. As Blake Adams leadoff single with his team down by 1 in the top of the 4th inning in this 7-inning contest against the Regina Red Sox. Bodie Cooper. Bodie striking out the last time he was up, hitting .311 coming into this at bat. Blake Adams on at first.
Just enough to cool you down, smell a little bit of the barbecue.
The lefty Allerid has a look at Adams. First pitch from Bodie Cooper, or to Bodie Cooper, fastball up.
Instead of playing
81 miles an hour on that fastball from Allerid. So as this game gets longer, looks like he's losing a bit of velo on that fastball. 82, and Corey Henderson's going to pop out and have a quick conversation with the count 2-0 to Bodie Cooper.
And you might remember one of the last games here, Henderson was ejected for taking too many mound visits. He didn't like the strike zone. He was arguing with
So 2-0 count to Bodie. Blake Adams on at first.
Short threw him out when he was having a visit at the mound. I think
Adams, the third most stolen bases on the 57's. He's got 16 of them on the year, 16 for 21 in that department.
he's not the man behind home plate on the Jerkovic's calling the balls and strikes in game.
Curveball, and that's been a dangerous pitch from Allerid. It drops a little bit south of the strike zone, though, and it's a 3-0 count to Bodie Cooper.
Just missed 3-0 now.
Seen some great 12-6 movement on that curveball from Allerid, but that time just dropping low. 3-0 pitch. Fastball in the dirt, and Cooper walked in 4 pitches, putting runners on first and second. Bringing Brett Esau to the plate.
And great manager Mitch McDonald from the dugout.
Mitch McDonald's going to come out and have a quick convo with his pitcher.
Although I see Jake Waters trotting down the line. There's really no other way.
Esau in the last 7 days has 3 home runs, now make it 4 with another one tonight. 4 home runs in his previous 7 games for Brett Esau. We're halfway through this one.
Balls are looking the size of watermelons to the native of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, who gets ready to face Austin Allred with runners on at first and second. Nobody out here, and the 57's are down 2-1. Mitch McDonald, head coach of the Regina Red Sox, former Triple Crown winner in the WNBL, makes his way back to the dugout. Two of the best hitters in league history coaching in this one, Joe Carnahan of the Swift Current 57's and Mitch McDonald of the Regina Red Sox. So Brett Esau, who had a monster year, hitting 21 home runs at Frank Phillips Jr. College, now has 11 in the Western Major Baseball League. 2-1 the score. Curveball from Allred drops in for a strike. Lefty pitcher against a righty hitter here. Allred left a fastball up against Esau in their last exchange, and he hit that one about 360 feet over the wall. Goes back to the curveball. 1-1. First two pitches, the curveball from Allred. Nobody out, and 2 on here. Blake Adams at second, Bodie Cooper at first. 1-1 the count. Allred steps off the mound, looks Blake Adams back to second base. One and one the count. Allred goes back to that curveball, high fly ball. Corey Henderson back to the screen, but that's going to ricochet off the roof of the beer shack here at Curry Field. And the count will be 1-2. 3 straight curveballs to Brett Esau here. No fastballs to Esau after he drilled one over the left field wall. One and two the count. Adams jukes and jives. Some heat for Esau. He hits that into shallow right field, and making a nice over-the-shoulder catch is Nolan Ard, the second baseman, depriving Esau of a base hit as he hit that one into Bermuda Triangle territory, and a high degree of difficulty catch for Nolan Ard sends Brett Esau back to the dugout. That'll bring John Baeta to the plate. Baeta with the dubious honor of being the beer batter here, and the Regina fans are thirsty. Baeta in the last week hitting .353, a dinger and 3 RBI in 5 games. So Baeta, another player that was brought in at the roster deadline of July 15th. .333 coming into this game is Baeta for a batting average. .320 after going 0 for 1 tonight. So Baeta brought in as a backup catcher, and that's a move that's looking brilliant by Joe Carnahan. As the 57's without the services of Kyle McDonald, who's injured, they need Bodie Cooper to play first, and with some depth at catcher, Baeta able to slide in there. They also have Mason Brown, who does a capable job behind the plate as well. Ground ball by Baeta, potential 2, 6, 4, and 3, and the Regina Red Sox got themselves into trouble early that inning, but Austin Allred gets himself out of a jam with that 6-4 double play to end it, 6-4-3. Top of 4 is in the books, bottom of, and the 57's in the field when we return. It's 2-1 Regina.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
I have been to every ballpark in the WNBL, and there's no fans in the league that drink more beer than the Regina Red Sox fans. It's not even a close second. Okotoks would be second, but only because they average 2,500 fans a game. But yeah, Regina Red Sox fans lining up after the beer batter John Baeta grounded out. So the Regina Red Sox up now. Matt Michalski getting set for his fourth inning of work, and fastball is sent into the screen by Phil Langlois, and 0-1 the count.
Phil Langlois leading things off. After that inning-ending double play got the Red Sox out of a bit of a jam. How's that going?
Langlois ground ball out with a runner on at third base the last time he was up. Count is 1-1. To the Red Sox third baseman. Langlois out of Victoriaville, Quebec. Strike called on the Michalski fastball. And 1-2 the count.
Corey Henderson in the on-deck circle. You can see that fat head going.
Langlois, Henderson, and Nolan Ard, as we see one of the fat head cutouts here in Regina. Whatever gets the crowd going, ground ball by Langlois, and Langlois to Keel Crumweed. High degree of difficulty play, and safe at first is Langlois. Great job by Keel Crumweed to track that down. Corey Henderson makes his way to the plate now. Now we see Corey Henderson writing something in the dirt there. We did get some intelligence from someone in Regina saying that what he's writing in the dirt is a tribute to his mom and aunt. We don't know the story behind that, but we certainly wish everyone in the Henderson family well. Henderson coming to the WNBL out of Chico, California. I know that Regina has their own webcast, but on the off chance anyone from the Henderson clan is watching our 57's webcast, thank you for joining us. Fastball to Henderson, 1-0 count, just a bit outside. Runner on at first, nobody out here. It's a 2-1 Regina Red Sox lead, bottom of the fourth. We're going 7 here. 2 7-inning games. This is making up for a late June rain out here in Regina. Henderson showing bunt, and he gets it down. Michalski is going to get the out at first, but the bunt will do its job. Henderson will get high fives from the Regina Red Sox dugouts. Nice push bunt, and the number 9 hitter in Regina's lineup, Nolan Ard, makes his way up here. Bottom of the fourth inning, 2-1 Regina lead. Phil Langlois moves himself to second base with 1 down here. James Smith will start game number 2 for the Swift Current 57's. Ground ball. Keel Crumweed zeroes in on that baseball after the Michalski fastball hit the opposite way by Ard. Phil Langlois moves to third base. 2 away, top of the order, and Junior Fermin to the plate. Fermin 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, now hitting .311 on the year. Justin Erlinson was hitting leadoff all season for the Regina Red Sox. Erlinson moving up to play independent ball. That's a big loss for Regina. Junior Fermin doing his best to fill a big hole. Breaking ball from Michalski, and strike 1. Michalski slider bending in over the plate. 2 away, runner on at third. 2-1 Regina Red Sox lead in an abbreviated 7-inning game. Michalski goes slider again to Fermin, and it's 0-2. 2 away, 2 quick strikes against Junior Fermin. Michalski has struck out 2 this evening. Fastball. And 4-3, Keel Crumweed orchestrates that. The Regina Red Sox are going to strand 1 and score none. 4 innings in the books. Top of 5 coming up. 2-1 lead for Regina. The 57's will look to tie things up and perhaps then some when we return with the 5th inning. 57's baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Isn't that cool? They got security cameras. That's cool. 2-1 is the lead for the Regina Red Sox. Riley Campbell leading off for the Swift Current 57's. Campbell, Crumweed, Conyas, 7-8-9 for Swift Current. First pitch from Allred is a fastball that just misses the zone. 1-0 count to Campbell. Allred deals fastball, ground ball from Campbell. Hits it to Junior Fermin, and Campbell comes within an eyelash of legging it out, but he'll ground out right beside his older brother. And one down for Keel Crumweed. Austin Allered pitching to Corey Henderson. Aiden Campbell at first, Nolan Ard at second, Junior Fermin at short, Phil Langlois at third, Broderick Rodocker in left, Jordan Schultz in center, Griffin Keller out of Pilot Butte in right field. Austin Allered, fastball, that's hit deep. Keel Crumweed, hit back, way back. Look at that. Keel Crumweed, a crumb dinger, and the 57's tie things up at 2.
There's a home run for Keel Crumweed, and we have a tie ball.
Fastball that was left up to Crumweed, and that's his 6th bomb of the year. The native of Glasgow, Montana, tying things up with one swing of the bat. And you knew it was going to be a playoff-type feel between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox in this one. And Keel Crumweed, who's been clutch throughout the year for the 57's, his 6th home run couldn't have come at a better time. A solo shot in the top of the 5th in a 7-inning ball game to tie it up at 1.
And we get to the bottom of the 57's order, Nick Conyas.
Curveball from Allered to Nick Conyas. 1-0 count as that one dropped south of the strike zone.
One down in the top of the 5th inning. In a 7-inning affair.
Goes back to the curveball and inside. Back-to-back breaking balls for a 2-0 count against Nick Conyas.
Right around that scoreboard, you can see a bunch of football players congregating over there.
2-0 from Allered.
Swing and a miss.
Conyas sitting on fastball, and Allered obliges. Conyas gets a piece of it and redirects it into the paraphernalia of Corey Henderson. 2-1 after that swinging strike.
Trying to nail down first place.
One away. Allered
Second straight season is a
goes to the changeup. 3-1 as that dropped in low.
NBL title under a new name this season. It's the current 57.
Fast curve change.
New colors, new
What we're seeing from Allered, starting pitcher. 3-1. Fastball catches the upper part of the strike zone, and it's a full count with one down.
Take his base, but he'll have to get in there for the 3-2 pitch.
Keel Crumweed, a one-out solo home run here in the top of the 5th to tie it up at 2. Fastball, ground ball, Junior Fermin, and he takes care of Conyas via the 6-3, 2 away here.
Conyas thought he had a walk. Instead, he gets a ground out for his troubles.
Top of the order, and Thomas de Bonville out of Silverthorne, Colorado, making his way to the plate. De Bonville 292 in an abbreviated season. Joe Carnahan parachuting in de Bonville just at the roster deadline, July 15th. De Bonville, a key part of the 57's regular season run last year when they went 33-15. Curveball to de Bonville, hits the outside part of the plate, and nothing and one the count. Lefty pitcher on righty hitter. De Bonville 0 for 2 this game. You got to wonder if he's due here. Goes back to the curveball. De Bonville swats that to Phil Langlois, and Langlois throws that to Aiden Campbell. Keel Crumweed with a solo home run in the top of the 5th. Bottom of 5 coming up. It's 2-2, Swift Current and Regina. Back with more baseball after these.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Keel Crumweed's 6th home run of the year has come at an opportune time. That tied things up at 2 in the top of the 5th. Matt Michalski, 4 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 2 and walked 3. He's getting set to face his 20th hitter of the game. Number 2 hitter, Derek Slate. Slate, Jordan Schultz, Aiden Campbell due up for Regina. This is a tough part of the batting order, 2, 3, 4. Against a Regina Red Sox team that is all about offense. Fastball from Michalski, just a bit inside, and it's a 1-0 count. Michalski goes back to that fastball, same spot, not getting the benefit of the doubt on that pitch that isn't missing much inside, but the count is 2-0 against Slate. 2-0 pitch, hit by Slate into the outfield. Nick Kanyas and Matt Bondarchuk both go for it, and Bones makes the catch. 1 down here. Slate sitting on fastball, and he sent that pitch into the outfield. He was expecting a fastball. Michalski obliged him, and he flew out to center field. Slate missing that one, and now Jordan Schultz makes his way to the plate. Schultz 312 on the year, walked his last time up. Michalski tries to paint the outside corner. Righty on lefty matchup here. That's just a bit outside for ball 1. Michalski in the stretch. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate this time. So Michalski knows his limitations on that outside corner now. Count 1-1 with 1 away. Goes fastball in now, 2-1. Change in a slider also in Michalski's repertoire. Steady dials of fastball, or steady diet of fastballs to Schultz. 4 straight fastballs, and strike 2 is called. Nothing right over the plate, and Michalski keeping him down. 2-2 pitch, 1 away. Fastball away, and he sends that opposite field. Blake Adams is going to chase after that. Schultz is going to round first and head to second base, and it's a double for the native of Strasbourg, Saskatchewan. So Schultz improves his .313 batting average, and that'll bring Aiden Campbell to the plate. Matt Mahalski pitching to John Baeta. Bodie Cooper at first. Keel Crumweed at second. Brett Esau playing short. Riley Campbell at third. Blake Adams in left. Matt Bondarchuk in center. Nick Kanyas in right field. Matt Mahalski getting ready to throw his 74th pitch of this contest. 4 1/3 innings of work for the native of Mansfield, Texas. Just finished his senior year at the University of Texas at Arlington as Campbell swings at a fastball, and the count is 0-1. Aiden Campbell, the older brother of Riley Campbell of the 57's. 0-1 the count. Runner on at second base. Mahalski, fastball outside, 1-1. Campbell, 47 RBIs on the year to go with 8 home runs. One of the top power hitters in the league, also respectable batting average at .361. Fastball just a bit up, and it's 2-1. Mahalski going straight heat here against the Regina Red Sox. Third time through the batting order here in the 5th. Bottom of.
Trying to keep the line moving for
Broderick Rodocker waits in the wings for the Regina Red Sox. Count 2-1 to Campbell. 2-1 pitch. Mahalski taking one off. Change up. Campbell out in front of it. Count is 2-2. Bottom of the 5th inning. This is the twilight innings of this 7-inning contest. First of 2 at the conclusion of this game. We'll wait a half hour and start the second one. As Campbell drills one towards his own dugout. Coming in hot, and everyone's okay there. Watch our Twitter account and Swift Current 57's webpage for a new link to the second game. Refresh the webpage about 10 minutes after the conclusion of this one for the second YouTube feed of game number 2 against these Regina Red Sox. Glad you could join us wherever you may be and whoever you may be cheering from. Swift Current 57's in Regina. First of 3 games that these teams will play against each other in the next 2 days. Fastball popped up by Campbell, heading into foul territory. And Bodie Cooper unable to zero in on that baseball in foul territory.
Again, he had to make an over-the-shoulder type catch.
High degree of difficulty play for Bodie. And Aiden Campbell's going to live to see another pitch with the count 2-2. 77 pitches thrown thus far by Big Matt Mahalski.
Of the reprieve after a close call down the right field line. An early start in case you're just joining us. The 57's getting
so a 2-2 pitch. Mahalski. Looks Schultz back to second base after Schultz doubled earlier this inning. One down here. It's a 2-2 ball game. Home runs by Brett Esau and Keel Crumweed for the 57's have accounted for those 2 runs. Red Sox getting their runs. A little bit more small ball involved. 2-2. And that breaking ball is going to get away from Mahalski and hit Campbell, a slider that was just released a little bit early. And Campbell wears 77 miles an hour of breaking ball in the upper body and takes first base. So Broderick Rodocker to the plate with 2 on and 1 away. Broderick Rodocker coming into this game in his last 7 days hitting just 118, but he's managed to get himself on base, and he has his 49th RBI of the year as well in this 2-2 game. So the Red Sox threatening here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 down, 2 on. Breaking ball from Mahalski. 1-0 count.
Doing it with a little bit more small ball.
57's with home runs 47 and 48 of the season. John Baeta coming out to talk to Matt Mahalski with runners on first and second, making sure that they're on the same page with the signals here. 1-0 count. Second time this week that these teams have played each other. A 7-2 57's win earlier this week in Swift Current. 57's playing Regina the last week in June. Fly ball. Bodie Cooper, and he'll race to first, and they get the out. An unconventional, unassisted double play at first. Good gracious, bodacious Bodie Cooper wins a foot race, dirties up the uni, and that's enough of that for the Regina Red Sox. Fifth inning, they'll strand one. Top of six coming up, 2-2 ball game. Swift Current and Regina, the main event in the WNBL, as advertised. A playoff feel to this one, and the 57's will look to regain the lead when we get back.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale, selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball in Regina, our first of two in a double dip here between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox. These games with huge implications when it comes to pennants and playoff positions. Coming into tonight, 57's 29-15, Red Sox 28-16. Red Sox a game back of the 57's. Weyburn Beavers in Yorkton taking on the Cardinals tonight. Yorkton's lost their last 9 games. So the Beavers knocking on the door. They want to be part of that conversation for first in the league. 1-1 the count to Bondarchuk here. Yorkton Cardinals doing everyone a favor with a 1-0 lead on the Weyburn Beavers at Jubilee Park in the top of the second. As fastball to Bondarchuk. And now the count 2-1. 2-2 the score. First game of the doubleheader. We're playing 2 7s here, although will 7 be enough between the 57's and Regina? Fastball catches the outside part of the plate in this lefty-on-lefty matchup, and not a lot of lefties for Allerud to deal with in the 57's lineup, but if he can throw that to the likes of Matt Bondarchuk, it'll be an effective pitch. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Bondarchuk slaps one into the outfield, and tracking that ball down is Broderick Rodacher. Read it well off the bat head as Bondarchuk went the opposite way, and he flies out to 7. Blake Adams to the plate now in this 2-3-4 top of the 6th for the 57's. Blake Adams, as of last night, the Swift Current team record holder for RBI, surpassing Eros Modena's 2014 mark. Modena, 46 runs batted in a few seasons ago. Adams drills one, hit deep, left field, at the wall, off the wall. Adams gallops to second base. That one rocketed off the bat head and went high off the wall. The dimensions at Curry Field here, deep to left field, 343, 409 to straightaway center, but then a hard left in right field where things go 309 with a 30-foot wall.
Hey, there's a ball stuck up there.
That foul ball from the first inning remains lodged in the backstop. And see they call it the big mesh monster here in Regina, that 30-foot mesh wall in right where it's 309. So now Bodie Cooper up, runner on at second, curveball to Bodie. He takes, and 1-0 count. So Blake Adams with a double off the wall in left field, 343 in left.
In most other parks, that would have been a home run for Adams. Would have been his 11th to tie him with Esau for the team lead, but just off the top of the wall. Shot by Bodie Cooper, drilled into the glove of the third baseman. Nolan Ard not able to nab Blake Adams, so it's a loud out as Bodie drills one eye level at Phil Langlois. Now Brett Esau to the plate. Esau 1 for 2 with a scintillating home run. He's now hitting .288, and Corey Henderson's going to head out and chat with Austin Allered. Mitch McDonald's going to join the powwow as well on the pitcher's mound. And that's going to be it for Austin Allered. Brett Esau, who's been swinging a red-hot bat lately for the Swift Current 57's, is going to leave this one. Austin Allered will leave to applause, going 5 2/3, allowing 4 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 4, and walking 1, facing 22 hitters. Red Sox have a new pitcher coming out. Frank Grandinet. We'll let him warm up, and we'll be back shortly with more Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Quaker Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
So Brett Esau coming in to face Frank Grandinet. Grandinet, this will be his 5th appearance. 5 innings of work thus far. He's allowed 3 hits, striking out 6, and walking 2. ERA of 0 thus far. So this will be his 5th appearance. Brett Esau, high degree of difficulty hitter for Grandinet entering this ball game. Right-handed pitcher, first offering to Esau, off-speed pitch, 74 miles an hour, and it's strike 1. Good take from Esau. Blake Adams on at second base. 2 away here in the top of the 6th in a 7-inning ball game. Will 7 be enough, though? Score tied at 2 between the 57's and the Regina Red Sox. Grandinet looks Blake Adams. Pitch up and in. 1-1 the count.
Big Frank keeping an eye on the base runner at second. And in scoring position. He just needs to work.
It's 1-1 the count with 2 away.
Get that done. It'll be mission
Adams at second.
Red Sox to the top half of the 6th. Ball 2 inside.
Looked like a changeup inside, and it's 2-1.
Doesn't want to hang one high and out over the plate. Brett Esau.
Brett Esau hitting his 11th home run of the year earlier this game. 2-1. A little bit more heat that time as we see the fastball from Grandinet, 82 miles an hour for strike 2. Steady diet of changeups and then a fastball with the count 2-1. 2-2, Esau gets a piece of it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, runner on at second, Grandinet. Esau gets a piece of that, hits it to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Blake Adams rounding third and headed for home.
Esau slides in at second. It's a double for Esau and a 3-2 57's lead. As Brett Esau gets a fastball he can drive and sends that into left field to score Blake Adams from second.
And Esau is at second base with a 2-out double. So the
RBI number 33 on the year for the native of Meadow Lake, Brett Esau. Brings John Baeta to the plate. So 3-2 the score for the 57's. John Baeta 0 for 2 in this one, but still hitting .308 on the year. As he's hit into a couple of 6-3s in this one, Baeta. First pitch, fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count.
So we see one pitching change, and we see action down the left field line in the 57's bullpen.
0-1. Slider from Grandinet into the backstop. 0-2 after Baeta fouled that into the screen.
Looks like it's just barely hanging on.
Brett Esau at second base after scoring Blake Adams from second to give the Swift Current 57's a 3-2 lead. Action in Swift's bullpen now with the team up. Change up about letter heights, swatted foul by Baeta. Count 0-2. Riley Campbell on deck. Baeta representing the number 6 spot in Swift's batting order. 2 down, runner on at second base here. Count 0-2, Grandinet. Change up. Junior Fermin, the shortstop, orchestrates a 6-3. One is stranded as Brett Esau's left out there, but he brings home Blake Adams. And the 57's have a 3-2 lead, bottom of 6 in a 7-inning ball game. Coming up.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one-stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor. Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Swift Current mixing things up a little bit defensively to get Keel Crumweed into the game. As Keel is going to be handed the mop and asked to close this one out likely. Matt Mahalski going 5 innings for the 57's, allowing 5 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 2 and walking 3, facing 23 batters. Keel Crumweed has a home run this game. As a pitcher, he made his first appearance of the year against the Regina Red Sox. 7 appearances, 8 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 6 hits, only 2 earned runs. He has struck out 13 and walked 4. He's 1-0 with 3 saves and a 2.07 earned run average. The native of Glasgow, Montana, played his college ball at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, throws a fastball to Griffin Keller, and 0-1 the count. Keller fouls one off. So what this does with Keel Crumweed, the second baseman, coming in to close, puts Cole Thibodeau in at second base. He enters the game.
playing where Keel Crumweed was.
So Crumweed comes in to pitch.
Nothing in 2. Crumweed quickly ahead of Griffin Keller here.
And Riley Campbell comes out of the game. And Crumweed was playing at second.
Crumweed
Keller
induces another foul ball from Keller.
once again.
That fastball from Keel Crumweed clocked at 88 miles an hour, so that's hardest pitcher that we've seen thus far.
The spot at second.
Crumweed, fastball from Keller, belted into right field.
By Conyers, the right
So in the bottom of the 6th in a 7-inning ballgame with the 57's up 1, Keller, who hits 6th in Regina's batting order, is on base. Phil Langlois hitting .284 on the year, who's 1 for 2 this game, makes his way up with Corey Henderson on deck.
and Phil Langlois draws in.
So Keller representing the tying run at first base.
Collected an RBI in the second and singled in 4.
3-2 lead for the Swift Current 57's. When Swift Current plays Regina, things can get offensive. However, 5 runs in total in this one thus far. Last time Swift Current played in this park, it was a 14-10 win for the 57's. Change up from Crumweed, the dropped in low 1-0 count.
And taps it foul. And the count is now even at a ball. And
1-1 the count.
Keller, the runner over at first base.
After that offering from Crumweed.
And has
1 on and none out here in the bottom of the 6th. 57's, if they can hang on to win this, it'll give them a 2-game lead on the Regina Red Sox. That's a big if, though. Still a lot to be determined here. Change from Crumweed that floats across the plate, and it's 1-2.
Corey Henderson, the number 8 hitter, due up behind Langlois.
1-2 pitch, Crumweed.
And Langlois
Right back at him, 1 hopper, 1, 6, and 3. Keel Crumweed engineers a double play on a 1 hopper right back at him. And that changes the complexion of things. Crumweed's hands lightning fast. We've seen him able to turn double plays as an infielder. And that pitch hit hard right back at him, a 1 hopper. And now there's 2 down and none on. Corey Henderson, the number 8 hitter, up at the plate now for the Regina Red Sox. 3-2 lead. Crumweed, fastball blown past Henderson at 86 miles an hour, and it's 0-1.
Henderson showing off that chest as he likes to do. The 0-1.
Crumweed pumps Ched right down the middle, and it's 0-2.
You guys know where 35 is playing out there? Where's Michalski playing in the field?
And Henderson.
Strike 3 is Keel Crumweed. 88 miles right past him. And the Regina Red Sox go down in 3 after a 1-6-3 double play. Top of 7 coming up. Swift Current will be looking for some insurance as they lead at 3-2. Back with more 57's baseball.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
It's a 3-2 lead for the Swift Current 57's, top of the 7th in a 7-inning ball game. Swifty looking for some insurance. Riley Campbell will try and get things going here leading off. Campbell, Crumweed, Conyas. Due up for Swift Current. Campbell has that fastball thrown past him, and nothing in one. We'll have the second of 2 games here in this doubleheader. Check swing. Did he go? And no, he didn't. Refresh the Swift Current 57's homepage and watch for a new link to be tweeted out from the Swift Current 57's Twitter account for game number 2 of this doubleheader. Give me about 10 minutes to set that all up, all right? We'll have all 14 innings, potentially more. It's always an interesting story whenever Swift Current plays Regina. As Junior Fermin throw to first just gets the speedy Riley Campbell in time. So Keel Crumweed to the plate, who is the pitcher on the mound for the Swift Current 57's, looking for his 4th save of the year. And Crumweed has a solo home run to his credit in this one as well. Crumweed has his 6th home run in this game, and he's looking for his 5th save. First pitch off speed to Crumweed, 1-0 count. Crumweed and Esau have dingers.
3-2 for the 57's.
Swatted by Crumweed, and he helps out his own cause by drilling one into the 5-6 gap. Second hit of the ball game for the native of Glasgow, Montana. Crumweed at first. Better scurry back to first there. And a good piece of hitting by Crumweed. Number 9 hitter in the lineup is Nick Conyas. He makes his way to the plate. Thomas de Bonville, leadoff hitter on deck. There's one down here. Conyas 0 for 2 thus far, batting .271 on the year. A gentle breeze cooling off the 30-plus degrees Celsius temperatures here in Regina. Runner is checked over at first. Frank Grandinet in to pitch for the Red Sox. First pitch to Conyas. Goes fastball. Conyas tries to drag bunt his way to first base. That rolls foul.
So the count 0-1 to Nick Conyas. So given the fact that Grandinet faced 2 batters the last inning, and he's out here again for the 7th, will probably shoot down any theory that might have existed that they may try to use him again in the 9th count. Righty on lefty matchup here.
Frank Grandinet checks Keel Crumweed over at first again.
Clearly occupied over what's happening with his fellow pitcher, Keel Crumweed.
Thomas de Bonville on deck. His number 9 hitter, Nick Conyas, is at the plate. Grandinet induces a foul ball. Fastball from Grandinet. Conyas gets underneath it, fouls it into the backstop. Count remains 0-2. 57's with a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th in a 7-inning ball game. Game number 1 of the doubleheader. Game number 2 will get rolling in about a half hour after the 3rd out in this one. Shot by Conyas, and that's going to be just over top of the second baseman and into the outfield. Keel Crumweed finds his way to second base, and Conyas has his first hit of the ball game, getting himself on at first base. Top of the order, and Thomas de Bonville. The native of Silverthorne, Colorado, is due for the 57's. Thomas 0 for 3 in this one, a 300-plus hitter coming into this game.
Grounded out a couple of times and struck out in the 3rd.
So de Bonville, who's now playing center fielder, was DHing.
Now at center field.
Up to bats. Matt Bondarchuk out of the game.
He'll throw
Potential double play, 1, 6, and 3. The Regina Red Sox turn 2. And that'll do it for the top of the 7th, same way the bottom of the 6th ended. And 1 will have to be enough for the Swift Current 57's. Keel Crumweed will try and close things out when we return. A 7-inning ball game, 3-2 Swift, bottom of Sev on the way. 57's baseball.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
At the hearing place.
So 9-1-2 due up for the Regina Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th, which for all intents and purposes, let's call it the bottom of the 9th, because that's what it is in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Last chance for the Regina Red Sox, down by 1. Brett Esau brought home Blake Adams, who was on at second base. Esau with an RBI double scoring that. That was the go-ahead run. Keel Crumweed in for his second inning of work. 84-mile-an-hour fastball is just a bit outside, 2-0 count. Matt Mahalski got the start for the 57's, going 5, allowing 5 hits, 2 earned runs. Change up from Crumweed, called strike 2 and 1. So Ard, Fermin, Slate. Barring any changes for the Red Sox, Ard hits that high to left field. Blake Adams makes the catch for 1 out. Change-up hit to left field. 1-run lead for the 57's, 1 down here. Bottom of the 7th, Junior Fermin, who's walked and scored in this contest. Leadoff hitter for the Red Sox, hitting .309. Crumweed, fastball in, called strike 1. Effective pitch for Crumweed. As that one caught the inside part of the plate, about belt level to Junior Fermin. Fermin fouls that fastball off the paraphernalia of John Baeta, and the count is 0-2. Keel Crumweed looking for his 4th save of the year. Count 0-2 to Fermin. Crumweed, 0-2 pitch. Fermin fouls that off.
87.
Junior Fermin from Anco, Venezuela. 0-2 pitch. Change up that time from Crumweed. Fermin out in front of it, fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch. Crumweed tries to paint that outside corner, just misses with that 88-mile-an-hour heater.
You get a sense that Junior's getting a little bit comfier, slowly but surely, being in that leadoff spot.
1-2. Fermin. Sends that change up into the backstop. Fermin battling with Keel Crumweed. A couple of defensive swings staying alive in this exchange. Count 1-2 with one away. Crumweed pounding the zone. They love their fatheads here in Regina. 1-2 pitch. High fly ball hit to shallow center field. Brett Esau gets underneath it and makes the catch. 2 away, the 57's. 1 out away from a 3-2 win here. And from potentially going 2 games ahead of the Regina Red Sox. However, a high degree of difficulty out stands between the 57's and a victory. Derek Slate, .286 hitter with 16 runs batted in on the year. Slate 1 for 3 on this one. Jordan Schultz on deck. 57's want to get this out because one of the most potent parts of any WNBL batting order is on deck here, beginning with Jordan Schultz, Aiden Campbell, Broderick Rodocker. Tough heart of the order on deck. Slate, 0-1 the count. Keel Crumweed pumps Ched past Slate, and 0-2. So the 57's potentially 1 strike away from a big W here in Regina. The 0-2 pitch, Crumweed. Fly ball, Slate, Blake Adams, left field. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. The 57's go 2 games ahead of the Regina Red Sox and capture their 30th win of the year. Our player of the game for the 57's in this one, Keel Crumweed, 2 for 3 with a home run. Coming in and closing this one out, we'll give him player of the game honors with honorable mention to Brett Esau with a couple hits, a run scored, and an RBI. So the 57's win it 3-2. We'll play the second of 2 games in this doubleheader in about a half hour from right now. Keep your eye on the 57's Twitter account. We'll tweet the link to that YouTube video, and we'll also post one on our website as well at swift57s.ca. Swift wins it 3-2. Back with more 57's baseball in about a half hour. Big win for Swifty.